Good morning. Can you all hear me? Just let me know.
Yes.
Wonderful, because I can't hear anybody today. I think it'll be a mute session for me. So welcome, welcome, welcome on this fantastic Friday. And today is again amazing. Today's Saturday, right? Yes. So it's a special Saturday in this special month of September. So let's just gear up. 1 week to go from today for the series to get over. So we're inching towards a closure and yet the beginning of our life. So let's start our peak state programming. Please restart because I can't hear, so I can't. So I'm going to be using Prashant's thing. Is everyone okay with that? All right. So let's have the very first session for this morning. Let's have the Luke Cottino's Power Fact. So Rahul sir can showcase the book. And who would like to read? Please raise your hand. Shelley, how wonderful. Rahul sir, are we showing the book? Yes, today is one of my favorite sessions. It's on intermittent fasting, lifestyle number 58. So yes, Shelley, over to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Fasting has been one of the most powerful and natural tools when it comes to healing or preventing a disease, and was a way of life for our ancestors. Intermittent fasting respects two important cycles in the human body: the elimination phase and the building phase. The elimination phase is when the body detoxifies, cleanses, repairs, and rejuvenates and rebuilds. Eating in the elimination phase will not help you with your weight, immunity, or any aspect of your health. However, if you eat well in the building phase, the cells are receptive to nutrition and act as sponges for vitamins, energy, and trace minerals. The elimination phase, on the other hand, is the phase when you are detoxifying.
Yeah, please continue.
At the time when there was no electricity, people used to eat early because after sunset would hardly be any light. Wow. So automatically, the next meal after dinner was after sunrise. This way, the body would automatically respect the elimination phase. However, now, due to changing lifestyles, fasting often has to be introduced to achieve the same benefits. In intermittent fasting, one embraces fasting and then feeding, similar to the traditional practice of fasting during the month of Ramadan. Fasting comes naturally to humans. For example, a 7 to 8 hour period of sleep, the body automatically puts us in a state that allows detoxification. The dirt in the corners of our eyes, the smell in our mouth, and the warm and acidic nature of the first urine are all signs of the body successfully detoxifying itself at night.
So we all know this intermittent fasting is something a lot of religions promote. Ramadan in the for the Muslims. Now the I think the Paryushan is going on in Jains. It's all about fasting. It's something which akin to our human beings. Back in the old days when we had early man, he was hunting one day and 2 3 days he was resting, then again hunting and eating. And sometimes if you go back about say 70, 80 years ago, when there was not much of light in the villages or the small places, the lights would shut down and you would just not eat after that, after sunset. These are all sciences being practiced, but now the scientific relevance is coming about detoxification, about our body. I think everyone's familiar, but yes, we'll go through this once again. So yes, please.
The principle of intermittent fasting is simple. Our digestive system uses almost 80% of the body's energy, leaving the remaining 20% for other bodily functions. You might have noticed that your appetite reduces when you are ill. That's the body natural defense mechanism protecting and healing you. By not eating, the digestive system slows and eventually shuts down, thereby directing the saved energy towards healing, detoxification, repair, and immunity building. Many people fast by drinking juices, eating just fruits, nuts, sabudana, and puris on that day. However, that is not a fast. Fasting means not eating any food for that period. All you can consume is water and not even tea, coffee, or lemon water, because the whole idea is to give the digestive system complete rest. Also, the intention of fasting is very important. Do not fast to lose weight. Aim for good health instead.
That's one of the mistakes everyone does. Your people are doing intermittent fasting to lose weight, but no, that's not the way. People are saying, "Oh, we are on liquids. We are doing intermittent fasting," and then they wake up to honey lime water, or they wake up to some carrot juices or something, or even ash god juice. So please be very clear. Intermittent fasting means at the max only water, plain water, nothing else. So get that very, very clear. And the intention should never be weight loss, the intention should be good health gain. Yes. So let's read further.
Intermittent fasting is shown to reverse hair loss, skin issues, cravings, breaking the weight loss plateau, aging, hormonal imbalance, low immunity, detoxification, and helps with building spiritual health and feeling more energetic. This doesn't mean you need to starve, but eat exactly what you want when your body needs it.
Recording in progress. Yes.
In order to do intermittent fasting correctly and experience true therapeutic benefits, a fast of 12 to 16 hours for 3 days in a row, once or twice a month is recommended. A clean body may have to fast for less time, while a toxic body may have to fast for a longer period. One may start off with a 12-hour fast and gradually build up to 16 hours. With practice, a 16-hour fast may become so easy that you may then be able to launch into a 24 hours water fast, which is absolutely fantastic for immunity and weight loss. For example, if you eat dinner by 8 p.m., then eat breakfast at 8 a.m. the next morning. You will have fasted for 12 hours. If you eat your first meal at 12 p.m., you would have fasted for 16 hours. It's common to experience bouts of hunger pangs on the first day, but by the third day, you will start to experience the benefits and feel much better. Before attempting intermittent fasting, it's extremely important to seek professional advice. Please check with your doctor in case you have an underlying condition or if it is suitable for you.
So again, very, very clear. Please do not go for the fad. Start simply, maybe increase the hours a bit, maybe prepone your dinner a bit, postpone your breakfast a bit. Start simply, listen to your body. If your body is having some issues, they will get sorted out. But the most important thing is sankalpa and intention before going into intermittent fasting. Why am I doing it? To detoxify my body. Why am I doing it? To become healthy. If you have those intentions and you tell your body to behave, it does behave. Listen, the way you listen to your body, even body listens to you all the time. In fact, the body is listening to you much more than you're listening to it. So remember one thing, like I have shared this before when I was on that 8 day breathing, I mean, just the water fast. I had gone for Aruna's 40th to Udaipur, and in the middle, I was fasting. So before I took the flight, I was like, let's behave. Let's not have anything there because I would not know how to break my fast there. I can't in a hotel call for stuff. So can we please be at it at least till the time I'm back? So Monday morning when I came back, Monday evening my body said to eat something because that's the conditioning the body got. So understand a body listens to you. If you say, let's do it, we can do 17 hours, 16 hours, you can do it. All depends upon our mental being and sometimes the body being. The body being has pain body, it's got some ailments, some diseases. So please, if you are going through some kind of medical, healing or something, then refer to your doctor. Otherwise, it's very safe. So thank you, Rahul, sir, for showcasing. Thank you, Shali, for reading. It's time to move on to the power of now. All right, everyone. Fantastic morning, fantastic learning, and let's see what's coming our way. Very simply, today is about new beginnings. We were discussing yesterday about how we are supposed to be intertwined, how we're supposed to start listening, how we're supposed to find happiness beyond like peace and happiness. We've spoken about that. Now the book is gradually taking us in a different reality. What is a different reality? What is a different form of realities? So the question that was posed to Eckhart was, I don't agree that the body needs to die. I am convinced that we can achieve physical immortality. We believe in death and that's why the body dies. So that's a question. Okay, now the answer is, Sherry, please read.
The body does not die because you believe in death. The body exists or seems to because you believe in death. Body and death are part of the same illusion created by the egoic mode of consciousness, which has no awareness of the source of life and sees itself as separate and constantly under threat. So it creates the illusion that you are a body, a dense physical vehicle that is constantly under threat. To perceive yourself as a vulnerable body that was born and a little later dies, that is the illusion. Body and death, one illusion. You cannot have one without the other. You want to keep one side of the illusion and get rid of the other, but that is impossible. Either you keep all of it or you relinquish all of it. However, you cannot escape from the body, nor do you have to. The body is an incredible misperception of your true nature, but your true nature is concealed somewhere within that illusion, not outside it. So the body is still the only point of access to it. If you saw an angel, but mistook it for a stone statue, all you would have to do is adjust your vision and look more closely at the stone statue, not start looking somewhere else. You would then find that there never was a stone statue.
It's all about a perspective, right? The question that was asked was, why should the body die? Why should body be immortal? Why can't it be, why should the body be mortal and not be immortal? Why can't it just exist all the time? Now, because just because we believe in death, so the body dies. That was a question. Now, the answer is so beautifully woven that body and death are part of the same illusion. It's all about perspective. What are you looking at life? Are you living in an illusionary world or a realistic world, a make-believe world or a real belief? A real belief. Do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in magics? Or do you believe in logics? So it's about your perception. Now, the egoic mode of our consciousness, which is being aware, right? Now, when we're aware, but with the egoistic perspective, you have no awareness of the source of life, the energy, the light, the love, nothing. But it's all separate. Wo alag, wo alag, wo alag. Now, when there's no oneness, then there's an illusion. Oh, that I am a body. And what is a body? It's dense, physical. Now, can you look through me? You can't, right? But I don't know how many of you know that we have had people, ascended masters, teachers, who have become the light. Now, when I talk about the book Unified often, it's written by, it's channeled through Mahavatar Babaji. People say he's a walking Param Shiva on earth, but we can't see him because he's the light. He's become so light, people can see through him, so he's not visible as a human being. But actually, he's walking this earth. So now we humans are supposed to be light in our energy, but we are dense, like nobody can see through us. We're a physical vehicle which is constantly under threat. So now that you're this beautiful, vulnerable body was born and it's going to be dying. Is that an illusion? Yes, it is an illusion. Body and death are one big illusion. You can't have one without the other. If there is no body, how will it die? If there is, what will die if there's no body? So it's interdependent. But let's understand one thing. Body is the most important for all of us. If body was not there, our soul would not have had a journey to traverse its future. That is the reason why it's taken this body's, it's taken reincarnation in this body because it wants to further its purpose. So what is our true nature? Our true nature is love and light, which gets camouflaged between this illusion of my body, my this, and that comes from the egoistical point. So all we have to do is start shifting our perception from the body, from the death, from mind, from everything. The next question that was posed was in connection with this is, if belief in death creates the body, why does an animal have a body? An animal doesn't have an ego and it doesn't believe in death. So the answer is, but it still dies or seems to. So Sherry, please read.
Remember that your perception of the world is a reflection of your state of consciousness. You are not separate from it, and there is no objective world out there. Every moment, your consciousness creates the world that you inhabit. One of the greatest insights that has come out of modern physics is that of the unity between the observer and the observed. The person conducting the experiment, the observing consciousness, cannot be separated from the observed phenomena, and a different way of looking causes the observed phenomena to behave differently. If you believe on a deep level in separation and the struggle for survival, then you see that belief reflected all around you, and your perceptions are governed by fear. You inhabit a world of death and of bodies fighting, killing, and devouring each other.
So what's happening is, now our perception of the world is a reflection of our state of consciousness. We've talked about this many times. If I see something bad in you, it's because I'm reflecting my own quality. I'm seeing something good in you, I'm reflecting my own quality. It's my own awareness, and that's what I'm seeing. Now we are not separate from this, and we've understood this very, very clear. But every moment, let's understand further that our consciousness creates the world that we inhabit. So, and that also we are clear about. Now, the great insights which have come is that the unity between the observer and the observed, जो देख रहा है and जो सामने है, is the person conducting the experiment. the observing consciousness. What am I aware? You cannot separate that phenomena. It's a cause and effect. You can't do it. So if I believe on a deep, deep level that, oh, it's there's separation, oh, there's struggle for survival, oh, this is happening, so it is. Whatever is governed by my fear will unfold and come true. So if I have a fear, be rest assured that my fear will come true. So how do I stay away from fear? Can anyone tell me? If I have a fear for something and I mean, I'm thinking about that, I don't want to, and I know wo such a jayega. How do I stay away from it? Yes, beautiful. And what else?
Living in present.
Okay, what else? What else? Okay, great. What else? Switch thoughts. Okay. Switching, yeah, very nice. Accepting a vulnerable surrender, very good. By knowing the truth, good. In now, yes. What else? One thing we are all missing. What is that? Yes. Thank you, Shruti. Manifesting positive. So when I know that I have to manage, yes, very important, Ajay and Anju, this too shall pass. It's okay. I mean, I have got those feelings of insecurity. I had the fear. So I should accept कि अरे मुझे डर है, मुझे fear है. It's okay. And I surrender that fear. कि अरे I'm just surrendering this fear. And after surrender the fear, I manifest. I creatively visualize. I affirm. I start myself on a good path. And even here, when I manifest, I again surrender, saying that, okay, this is my manifestation. This or something better will unfold for me for the highest best of mine and others. The minute I start my perception in this beautiful language of love, all my fearsome thoughts are getting away. So then that is the reason why all of us become better versions of ourselves. But if I'm judging myself, "अरे डर क्यों लग रहा है? डर नहीं लगना चाहिए," then I'm staying away from the hard reality. The hard reality is डर लग रहा है. I mean, can't help it. But what I can help it is, I can say, okay, this too shall pass. Okay, let me just channelize, let me meditate, let me be in the now, the moment, let me take a deep breath and let me think of the good things, even though it's tough for me to think right now. आसपास डर है कि oh, somebody will attack me, somebody will happen. So how do I creatively visualize? I can just start centering, balancing, align. If I can't think of anything, at least let me concentrate on my breath work. So that is what Shelley says, live in the now, or even Ajay says, live in the now, which means if I can't think about future, if I can't manifest, I can't affirm, I can't creatively visualize, all I do is at least start using my breath system to get back in the moment. That's something I can do, right? So very important for us to understand that. Let's read this further.
Nothing is what it seems to be. The world that you create and see through the egoic mind may seem a very imperfect place, even a vale of tears. But whatever you perceive is only a kind of symbol, like an image in a dream. It is how your consciousness interprets and interacts with the molecular energy dance of the universe. This energy is the raw material of so called physical reality. You see it in terms of bodies and birth and death, or as a struggle for survival. An infinite number of completely different interpretations, completely different worlds is possible and, in fact, exist, all depending on the perceiving consciousness. Every being is a focal point of consciousness, and every such focal point creates its own world, although all those worlds are interconnected. There is a human world, an ant world, a dolphin world, and so on. There are countless beings whose consciousness frequency is so different from yours that you are probably unaware of their existence as they are of yours. Highly conscious beings who are aware of their connectedness with the source and with each other would inhabit a world that to you would appear as a heavenly realm. And yet all worlds are ultimately one.
So who are these people who have the connectedness, who are aware of the higher source, and who have this oneness with you? And you feel like, oh, you're in this realm. Oh, it's beautiful, lovely vibrations. Who are these people? And does anyone know of such people? That they're very comforting. Now, this is happening firstly only in the human world. Okay. Now, every world, we've talked about the rock mineral world, we've talked about the living kingdom once, where we have plants, we've talked about animals, we've talked about human. Now, understand something. Yes, spiritual healers, enlightened ones. Yes. All of a sudden, when you go to them, they only talk about, yes, like Louis say, when you listen to them, there's a calming effect on you. Oh my God, she's amazing. Louis is trying to say something which is so beautiful. Oh my God, it really makes sense. It doesn't mean that they will not have shortcomings, they will not have anger, they will not have some, they will have because they are human beings. But they are there to give you the positive vibes to raise your consciousness. Yeah, thank you, Prakash and Jigisha. That's very sweet of you. And but yes, Sadhguru, BK Shivani, so many of them. We are surrounded by them if we start looking out for them. And if we start looking out for them, believe you me, you will reach that point as well. Why? The world is your reflection, right? If you're only seeing such people around, which means you are elevating yourself in that higher consciousness and you are feeling connected, that's why you're seeing such people around you. And that's why the world has all of a sudden become so beautiful. And that is happening with all of us, isn't it? Aren't we seeing the good things in everyone? Hasn't life become easier for all of us? The situations 4 months ago and now are similar, but not similar at all. Why? Because the way we look at them is different. Our own perception is different. The ones who've been with me since January 12th, 8 months for you, and the ones who've been with me from the second batch, yeah, 4 months for you. Why has it changed? Because our perception towards life has changed. If people are gossiping, we don't want to be there. We want to just shift our energy. Please understand. This connectedness is very important for all of us to understand and develop. Let's read further.
Our collective human world is largely created through the level of consciousness we call mind. Even within the collective human world, there are vast differences, many different sub-worlds, depending on the perceivers or creators of their respective worlds. Since all Since all worlds are interconnected, when collective human consciousness becomes transformed, nature and the animal kingdom will reflect that transformation. Hence, the statement in the Bible that in the coming age, the lion shall lie down with the lamb. This points to the possibility of a completely different order of reality.
So, what is reality? You and I can definitely change our own reality. In fact, we're the only ones who can change our reality. Why? Because like now as a sangha our collective consciousness is increased, we are resonating at a high frequency, so everyone's finding a positive change and we're able to figure that out, and we're resonating achi sangati. So yes, that's why the days are becoming magical, the mornings are becoming magical. Similarly, the Bible says very clearly, when the consciousness is raised, there'll be no attacker and there'll be no attacked. When there'll be no attacker and there'll be no attacked, obviously the lion shall lie down with lamb, not to eat but to coexist. So what happened? This transformation happened because of rising consciousness. And the minute we rise our consciousness, we're going through a very beautiful level of transformation. And this level of transformation in our mind, in our consciousness, is what we want to see. So let's embrace this beautiful, evolution, coming back in the now, progressing ourselves to the next level. It's very, very, very important for us to understand that we are here for a purpose, and together we have chosen this journey. आप तो सोच रहे हैं बहुत मैजिकली मैं सेशन में आ गया, कोई प्लान ही नहीं था और एकदम से आ गया. प्लान था, यू आर नॉट रियलाइजिंग इट. You have chosen this journey. It's not like मैं ऐसे ही आ गया. It wasn't a fluke. It was a miracle. It was your chosen consciousness that मुझे I want some anchor. So these books came to you and to teach you. That's how it's come. Now let's see further.
The world as it appears to us now is, as I said, largely a reflection of the egoic mind. Fear being an unavoidable consequence of egoic delusion, it is a world dominated by fear. Just as the images in a dream are symbols of inner states and feelings, so our collective reality is largely a symbolic expression of fear and of the heavy layers of negativity that have accumulated in the collective human psyche. We are not separate from our world. So when the majority of humans becomes free of egoic delusion, this inner changes will affect all of creation. You will literally inhabit a new world. It is a shift into,
Kelly,
yeah,
it's going too fast, very
okay,
fast
okay,
reading. This
okay. We
book
are
we
not,
can't read. So let me read this. Let me just please hold on. So now, what is the world coming to us? We talked about this. It's a large reflection of our egoic mind. If there's fear, we're able to see fear. Now, most of it is fear because unfortunately, very few of us have elevated ourselves. Ki, sab ho jayega. Very few of us. So now, and how many of you are actually having dreams now? And how many of you, or I should rephrase my question, how many of you are having dreamless asleep now? So initially, when the dreams were coming, they are symbols of our inner feelings, our inner state. And that is now collectively, it's showing us some fear of some layer of negativity. Why are our sleeps now dreamless? Bias, because now we are sure about it. But so Asmit has a question. So perception is the reality in our mind for us. Yes, it's a way, it's an interpretation. Perception is our perspective towards life. And now how are you perceiving it completely depends upon you. And that you is higher consciousness. Now the dreamless is happening because you're sure, you have no fear when you're sleeping. You're talking about your gratitude. You're thinking about how the day was. That is why you've changed. Mere gratitude, mere following good lifestyle is making you get a very deep sleep. You're free from fear pretty much. I'm not saying completely free from it, but a pretty much large chunk has gone. Now, the minute you and I start thinking that, it's not about me. For example, I'm like, I have a business which is about say 1,000 crores. And I start saying, "Arey, meri वजह से घर में इतना पैसा आ रहा है. अरे मेरी वजह से इन सारे हजार office bearers के factory bearers के लिए ये हो रहा है वो हो रहा है." Then I'm in this egoic delusion. I don't understand that I have been made the channel. I have been given that right intelligence at right time to be the change and to see this factory grow up. It's not me. It's me working through a higher guidance. Now, the minute I understand that, I have dropped my dreams. I've dropped my ego. And that time, all of my consciousness is elevating. And now what's happening? This your personal consciousness and a collective group consciousness. You know what's happening? There's a shift in planetary consciousness. We are literally inhabiting a new world. Why do you think so many groups are happening and you have so much of spiritual knowledge coming left, right, center? देख लो हर जगह कोई ना कोई classes चल रही हैं. Sadhguru एकदम has become famous. BK Shivani has become famous, and there's so many of them who have become. Ravi Shankar ji has become famous. So many of people. Why? And apart from that, say the way I'm having sessions, there must be many, many people having sessions. Why? That's because we are going through a shift of our energy. So every single energy consciousness shift is important. Sangha energy is important. And then planetary consciousness is important. So we're actually working towards the larger cause of ascension of Mother Earth, which I keep talking about. Anyways, when the new batch starts, I request you all, the first 12 days are anyways complimentary for everyone. Please come to it because you will read the most beautiful book. It's called The Shift, incredibly believable. You have to read that book to believe what the book is all about. It's about what we're talking about, this shift. So it's very beautiful. Now, the entire fact of the creation, what is happening? The humans are becoming enlightened. We are becoming higher in our value. The created universe is waiting with eager expectation of God's sons to be revealed. So let me read this chapter where we finished off with Shelley. So now we are not separate from our world. So when the majority of humans become free of egoic delusion, this inner change will affect all of creation. You will literally inhabit a new world. It is a shift in planetary consciousness. The strange Buddhist saying that every tree and every blade of glass will eventually become enlightened points to the same truth. बुद्धा क्या बोलते हैं? घास का एक चीज, एक तिनका भी कॉन्शियसनेस में आ जाएगा एंड तब हमारे अर्थ का असेंशन होगा. इमेजिन दैट कि एक घास को भी एनलाइटमेंट आ जाएगी बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली इट हैज हैव लाइफ, राइट? हम एक फूल, एक लाइफ होता ही है, राइट? सो मिनरल किंगडम में रॉक्स में भी लाइफ होती है. करोजन होता है रॉक्स का, रॉक्स बिकम बेटर, दे चेंज द कलर्स बिकॉज दे ऑल्सो हैव अ लाइफ. सेंट पॉल क्या बोलते हैं? अकॉर्डिंग टू सेंट पॉल, The whole of creation is waiting for humans to become enlightened. This is our interpretive saying that the created universe is waiting with eager expectation for God's sons to be revealed. Who are God's sons? All of us are God's sons. And we have, and we become, when we become messengers of love and light, we're becoming God's sons. Of course, God's sons are the elevated masters, very few of them. For example, there are people who are being the true channels of light, like we look up to those people. They are the true God's sons. But if we finding them also, that means we are also going to become a God's son. So don't think that you can't be. Now, up to the present, the whole created universe in all its parts groans as if in pangs of childbirth. Abhi childbirth mein kya hota hai? Lots of pain, lots of ache. You're giving life to a new life, right? If you look at it largely, right now, what is the world going through? A pandemic called COVID-19. You see such young deaths happening, some because of COVID, some without COVID. Why? Because it's groaning, it's aching, it's in pain. Whoever is not of the higher consciousness is releasing their journey, or even if they have consciousness, they're releasing the journey ki mujhe is life mein bas itna hi. The other day, day before, this actor in India passed away, and he was a follower of the Brahmakumari culture. Very, very positive guy, right? Siddharth Shukla, I think, yeah. So now, such a young guy at 40, he passed away. Now, can we say that he wasn't on a higher frequency? No, we can't say that. He was pretty much at it, but he decided to drop his life right now because he didn't want to be here. The soul took a decision. So please understand, the entire world right now, globally, the universe is groaning because it wants India to now ascend. Bahut ho gaya. I don't know how many of you believe that there are extraterrestrial, inanimate objects. We have seen them in the world. Things have been noted. We don't believe in it. Our universe is just one of the universes. There are so many more universes. So let's understand that we have to elevate, we have to consciously work on our elevation. And that is why we're becoming aware of where the world is going. Very simply. Shelley, yes, you can start from what is being born.
What is being born is a new consciousness and, as it in inevitable reflection, a new world. This is also foretold in the New Testament book of Revelation. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away.
So we are going through a shift. All of us were in a particular heaven or a particular feeling on earth, and now we can see a new earth because the first had passed away, because you can't see it now because you have evolved. Your consciousness has risen so much that अब आपको बुरा दिखता ही नहीं. इसी world में you were seeing so much of बुरा, but now even if you see the बुरा, you like, this is a problem from me. अगर मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम है तो इसका मतलब मेरी कॉन्शियसनेस को मुझे एलिवेट करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक कपल है, दोनों में अनबन बन रही है, and they are part of this course also. Now she will know that, okay, I can see this as a problem in him because of my thinking, my insecurities. He will also know, Arey, I can see a problem in her because of my insecurities. Now they will not be blaming each other. Now they will be trying to find a solution to have a better camaraderie. Or by a couple, even if they're brothers here, sisters here, co-sisters, family members, and they have a ill will between them, they will now realize that, oh, I need to work on my consciousness. So let's understand. The next step is very important for us to see. So let's hear it.
But don't confuse cause and effect. Your primary task is not to seek salvation through creating a better world, but to awaken out of identification with form. You are then no longer bound to this world, this level of reality. You can feel your roots in the unmanifested and so are free of attachment to the manifested world. You can still enjoy the passing pleasures of this world, but there is no fear of loss anymore, so you don't need to cling to them. Although you can enjoy sensory pleasures, the craving for sensory experience is gone, as is the constant search for fulfillment through psychological gratification through feeding the ego. You are in touch with something infinitely greater than any pleasure, greater than any manifested thing.
So again, we don't have to become confused. Something will happen, and that's called the cause, and there will be an effect. That's okay. But The primary task for us is not to seek salvation through creating a better world. अरे कि मुझे मोक्ष मिल जाए, ऐसा हो जाए. But what is the primary task? कि हम जागें, that we no longer identify with this form or that form, that we feel oneness. There's nothing called constriction. Now that when that becomes a reality, we can really feel our roots. अब जो कुछ unmanifested energy हमारे पास है, एकदम से it'll become manifested because you will no longer be attached to the manifestation. You will manifest, but you will surrender it. So क्या होगा? And you're resonating in a higher frequency and you're aware of everything every time. And you're able to visualize, create. So क्या होगा? You will enjoy the pleasures of the world without any sense of insecurity कि अरे ये आज आगे कल चला जाएगा तो no more. Enjoy the present. Enjoy the present. Then the sensory pleasures, then everything, whatever is unimportant will get lost because it doesn't require. And then you will get in touch with yourself. Arey, life is so wonderful. Yeah. What amazing life you're living. Now, why is that happening? Because you're just counting your blessings. And that is what the world needs. So that's what we all are looking at. Yes, please continue.
In a way, you then don't need the world anymore. You don't even need it to be different from the way it is. It is only at this point that you begin to make a real contribution towards bringing about a better world, toward creating a different order of reality. It is only at this point that you are able to feel true compassion and to help others at the level of cause. Only those who have transcended the world can bring about a better world.
So, why do you think in this same Sangha of ours, there are some people who are bringing about a level of difference? वो अपने elevation के बाद दूसरों को भी add कर रहे हैं group में. क्यों? Because they've seen the light and they want to bring that light to other people. There are people like Sunita Pradhan and Alifia who are having their own courses, their own classes. They're being the channels of light. So either you're introducing them here in this session, in the one-to-one session, or introducing them to your sessions, it doesn't matter. You have found that shift in you. You have known that we can all create our own reality, and you have true compassion for humanity. And you're like, oh, मुझे इतना फायदा हुआ है, बाकी लोग को भी होना चाहिए. And then you selflessly start giving. But again, when I check the word selflessly, it's not selflessly. Ask these two ladies and ask me. We grow much more when we are, taking the sessions because you're answerable for the consciousness of others. And that's when you can make a real contribution because you're creating a different reality. And that reality is oneness. And all of a sudden, when you feel that oneness, life becomes very beautiful. Yes, please read.
You may remember that we talked about the dual nature of true compassion, which is awareness of a common bond of shared mortality and immortality. At this deep level, compassion becomes healing in the widest sense. In that state, your healing influence is primarily based not on doing but on being. Everybody you come in contact with will be touched by your presence and affected by the peace that you emanate, whether they are conscious of it or not. When you are fully present and people around you manifest unconscious behavior, you won't feel the need to react to it. So you don't give it any reality. Your peace is so vast and deep that anything that is not peace disappears into it as if it had never existed. This breaks the karmic cycle of action and reaction. Animals, trees, flowers will feel your peace and respond to it. You teach through being, through demonstrating the peace of God. You become the light of the world, an emanation of pure consciousness. And so you eliminate suffering on the level of cause. You eliminate unconsciousness from the world. How wonderful.
So please understand, it's really amazing to know that all of us have a duality in nature. We have a yin and we have a yang. We feel good, we feel bad. They're always double. But what is happening is there's a common bond between us. What is a common bond? Mortality and immortality. Now, when we come to this deep level where we are so compassionate, where we are becoming healers, where we are truly understanding what's happening, we are coming in contact with our own presence, our own consciousness, and realizing that each one of us is a channel. Each one of us has amended ourselves through our journey of learning, reading, writing. And now we are conscious of it and we're letting other people also come through it. And the minute we are fully present in our present and we allowing people around us to elevate also, we are giving life a different reality. The peace that we're feeling deep inside is so beautiful, it's so amazing, and it's so lovely. Now, what's happening is we are breaking the karmic cycle of action and reaction. Ultimately, all of us don't want to have any karma. Good karma हमने सुना होगा. Actually, we want to have no karma, no attachment. We want to completely become disattached. So you are doing a good karma is okay. Now it's become a karma, a huge thing. But you don't want to have any karma. That's when you will become the light. So understand, if you're doing just good things for everyone, from the love that you feel, the oneness that you feel, that's why you'll be able to feed birds, feed animals, look after flowers, talk to them, respond to them, have a conversation. People are like, she's gone mad, she's talking to an animal. No, they talk, they hear. Trees, flowers, they hear, they give you vibrations. In fact, the tree will give you so much energy. And then when you're in the presence, then when you're working from that beautiful love, you become the light. You become the channels of light. And that's when we are having pure consciousness. And that's when we are eliminating suffering on all possible causes. Our shift towards seeing people becomes different because now we are aware. अब ऐसा कभी होता है कि somebody has given you a बहुत बड़ी झाड़ मार दिया आप लोग को बड़े छोटे किसी और ने and I'm like it's okay, it's fine. उसने अर्चना अग्रवाल was sharing this in a Delhi Sangha that पहले people used to say she's like oh कैसे किसी ने किया, now she's like it's okay. Is that happening to any one of us that we are able to understand कि भाई ये अपनी बुद्धि से work कर रहा है, it's fine, मुझे इस परेशान नहीं होना. That's because we just now, yeah, so it's amazing. Why? Because now we are more conscious. Thanks to these beautiful books we've read. This, yeah, you bless them. How beautiful. So somebody is doing something wrong to you also. You're like, oh, love, light, and blessings. It's okay. That's fine. And you don't get irked. That is beautiful. So today we'll again meditate in the 6 seconds meditation. Let's close our eyes. We are changing our reality by being conscious, by being aware of whatever is happening. We're embracing the shift. I, the soul, have chosen this life to create my awareness. I, the soul, have chosen this life to be the channel to help other people become conscious. Together, the group consciousness elevates, knowing the planet consciousness is also elevating. Every soul makes a huge difference. I, the soul, have made my difference and I'm continuing to do so. So it is. Oh, wonderful. Yes. Yes, Shelley, please read.
This doesn't mean that you may not also teach through doing. For example, by pointing out how to disidentify from the mind, recognize unconscious patterns within oneself, and so on. But who you are is always a more vital teaching and a more powerful transformer of the world than what you say, and more essential even than what you do. Furthermore, to recognize the primacy of being and thus work on the level of cause does not exclude the possibility that your compassion may simultaneously manifest on the level of doing and of effect by alleviating suffering whenever you come across it. When a hungry person asks you for bread and you have some, you will give it. But as you give the bread, even though your interaction may only be very brief, what really matters is this moment of shared being, of which the bread is only a symbol. A deep healing takes place within it. In that moment, there is no giver, no receiver.
How beautiful. Do you understand the meaning of this? That ego plays in your mind. अरे मैंने इतना charity करा, मैंने इतना contribution किया, मैंने इतने लोग का elevation कराया, ascension कराया, consciousness बढ़ाई, मैंने. What is that मैंने? I, me and am. Who are you? हम your channel, yeah. What are you doing so much of Guman on? You are the receiver. You are the giver. We are all one. That's why I keep saying that all of us are gurus. All of us are teaching and all of us are learning. But if I start saying, oh, I've done this act of charity. Oh, I have empowered that person. Oh, I have educated that child, uski puri education lifelong maine finance kari. Then this maine is, you've lost it. Yeah, you can call it goat or whatever you like. Absolutely. So please, you just can't be hungry for attention and telling the world, oh, me the great. मैं तो बहुत charity करता हूँ यार मैं तो दिव्यांग I'm this I'm that. No, we can't. अगर हम किसी की कुछ share कर रहे हैं, it's because he has given you so much that you can share. So thank him that he's made your channel for sharing your blessings, yeah. And that giving, when it's not about me giving, is the most profound moment when you're giving out of love and to anyone and everyone. Why do tears come in the eyes of so many people when they're giving? Because that's true unconditional being, that oneness is there. So very important, we are not the givers, we're not the receivers, we are all one. And we are all giving and we are all receiving. So we are not and yet we are. So understand that. Now, the teaching that which we are all going through, the transformation that we are all going through is essential on what we are doing. So what are you doing? Are you still with the egoistic mind, or have you become somebody who's just part of oneself and is just, yeah, gratitude is powerful to suppress ego 100%. Who am I? I've been given this because I'm grateful. So I've been at the channel. So how wonderful. I am the person who's has my 1,000 people factory or 1,000 crore business or whatever, because I was made. It's not कि मैंने इतना किया, मैंने पहुंचाया. हाँ किया, you are the channel only. Relax. So when people compliment you for doing something great, feel good, but don't let it get onto your, अब कई लोग के सर पे मानी चढ़ के बोलता है, कहावत है, right? Because वो इतना मनी मिल जाता है, they oh, मैं, egoistic. Ego and money can't stay together. If you're humble, money will. Have you seen the richest people in India? I mean, I'm not talking about the Mani family. They're also very humble sometimes, little loud as well, but that's their thing. You're looking at Krishna Murtis, you're looking at anybody you look at. Azim Premji, do you look at them? Ratan Tata ji, do you look at their body language? How wonderful it is, how much they do. Sudha Murti, how much she's doing. Look at how rich they are. Bill Gates, look at anybody in the world. Why are they so humble? क्यों मनी चढ़ के नहीं बोलता? So why is the modesty there? Why is the humility there? Because they know जहां से आया है वहां चला जाएगा. इतना गुमान करने का बात ही नहीं है. It's all about gratitude. And that's the biggest attitude all of us have to embrace. The last question for this beautiful chapter is, but there shouldn't be any hunger and starvation in the first place. How can we create a better world without tackling evils such as hunger and violence first? So very well put. Yes, let's have the answer.
All evils are the effect of unconsciousness. You can alleviate the effects of unconsciousness, but you cannot eliminate them unless you eliminate their cause. True change happens within, not without. If you feel called upon to alleviate suffering in the world, that is a very noble thing to do. But remember not to focus exclusively on the outer, otherwise, you will encounter frustration and despair. Without a profound change in human consciousness, the world's suffering is a bottomless pit. So don't let your compassion become one-sided. Empathy with someone else's pain or lack and a desire to help need to be balanced with a deeper realization of the eternal nature of all life and the ultimate illusion of all pain. And then let your peace flow into whatever you do, and you will be working on the levels of effect and cause simultaneously.
Very important for us to understand that we are all here for a reason, for a shift. Now, if you really want suffering to go, what do? You simply focus exclusively on happiness. You stop thinking अरे वर्ल्ड को बदलना है, इंडिया से पॉवर्टी हटानी है, इंडिया से करप्शन हटाना है. जब हम ऐसा बोल रहे हैं तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम करप्शन पॉवर्टी की बात कर रहे हैं, फ्रस्ट्रेशन की बात कर रहे हैं. अरे इतना महंगा, अरे देन व्हाट वी आर डूइंग? कंप्लेनिंग. So our human consciousness will increase when we become that beautiful place where only positivity is coming out. When only a compassion becomes real, it's not one-sided anymore. When you feel somebody's pain as your own pain, and when you really want to help him, because it's like the most natural thing for you to do. It's not helping him, it's like, helping a part of you because you're like, no, this just has to change. When you can feel that realization of that beautiful amalgamation of you and him, that is when you are at peace, you are in love, and you're resonating in a very high frequency, and that is when the effect and the cause will also change, because the cause and the effect will totally change. The entire situation, the entire definition would change, because now it's not out of a need to help somebody. अभी क्या हो रहा है? बहुत लोग को होता है, नहीं हम तो फिलैंथ्रोपी में जाते हैं, हम तो ये करते हैं. जिनकी मैंने अभी बात करी, all the examples, it's not about that. It's not about CSR. Why would they give 50% of their savings to somebody like this? No, because they feel, we have enough, and it's not so important to have so much. We have the good things. Now we want to help out and reach out, and genuinely they just give it. And they have no attachment with the money. कि अरे हमारा money, उसने कितने लोगों को help किया. They found some partners, they've given the money, and those people are doing the deed. So yes, as Sanya says, they are detached. Money उनका था, अब उनका नहीं है. They have done their bit. And they know now with good vibration, let the money help everyone. So that is what is important. And this is the most important reason when, our government understood, and that's why they've introduced CSR in the corporates, because people don't realize that socially we are responsible. So whether you call it gratitude, whether you call it a force thing, this has been introduced so that we realize the more we give, the more we get. वो 10% CSR करने से हमें इतना सारा मिल जाएगा. 10% जो भी इंडिया ने प्लान किया, अपना कंपनी ने प्लान किया, whatever. Let's read the next bit, please.
This also applies if you are supporting a movement designed to stop deeply unconscious humans from destroying themselves, each other, and the planet, or from continuing to inflict dreadful suffering on other sentient beings. Remember, just as you cannot fight the darkness, so you cannot fight unconsciousness. If you try to do so, the polar opposites will become strengthened and more deeply entrenched. You will become identified with one of the polarities. You will create an enemy and so be drawn into unconsciousness yourself. Raise awareness by disseminating information, or at the most, practice passive resistance. But make sure that you carry no resistance within, no hatred, no negativity. Love your enemies, said Jesus, which of course means have no enemies. Once you get involved in working on the level of effect, it is all too easy to lose yourself in it. Stay alert and very, very present. The casual level needs to remain your primary focus, the teaching of enlightenment, your main purpose, and peace, your most precious gift to the world.
So very important for us to understand that we are now coming towards a level. Okay, now they said a very beautiful thing in this before I start further. Now they're talking about if you are supporting a movement designed to stop deeply unconscious humans from destroying themselves. What kind of movement do you think they're talking about? What type of movement they're talking about? You're helping someone somewhere where people are not spoiling and destroying themselves, where they're no longer suffering. Something like teaching, something like probably being a part of some drug rehabilitation center, some kind of abuse center, where people are destroying themselves and each other. So even if you're helping there, you are looking at the shift. For that matter, Amit is saying environment, absolutely. If you've picked up a cause of go green, that okay, plastic free, you're also helping people from not destroying themselves and the world they live in. Now if we can't find we can't fight the darkness. We have to find the light. You can't just find unconsciousness. थोड़ा तो बत्ती दिखानी पड़ेगी ना. So each one of us should pick up something in our life now that this course is coming to an end, or where we can help in some way raising humanity or consciousness of people somehow. Just do it. Start working on it. For example, there are some people who say, "Oh, I like to work with one-to-one for trust, and we together we'll do this. We'll pick up. Go do it. It's yours." So just become enlightened a bit that you have to give back, and the more you're ready to shift the consciousness of people, the more you will get in terms of as a spiritual being. I'm not talking about monetarily. I'm talking about your growth will be much more. And of course, the Buddha says, and Jesus also says, there's no need to have enemies. किसी से अनबन की जरूरत ही नहीं है. So, like, I remember I spoke to you guys that I had a personal emotional trainers in an organization I was working with, the 5 women, really like, I even had thought of things which were not right for life, right? Now, I actually went and forgave them. I spoke to them one on one. I asked for forgiveness and I gave them forgiveness. Because if they all did this, it's not like they've all meant it as a vendetta. I must have gone wrong somewhere, somehow. So I asked forgiveness and I gave forgiveness, which means no enemies, no ill effects for anyone. Now, if I talk of them, it's okay. It's oneness. There's no difference. Neither are they friends nor are they foes. So we have to come to a point. Please start finding in your life, is there anybody that you're not being able to forgive? That's the maximum place you have to work. Complain jahan aap kar rahe hain, that's the maximum place you have to work. So understand that. If you're trying to make the world a better place to live in, more power to you. You're trying to analyze, more power to you. I even say in your factories, in your offices, in your schools, wherever who has have whatever, introduce this book of magic. Very simple book, one chapter a day. We have online recording. You can do it yourself if you want. Empower your staff members to do it. And then see this shift in your entire energy of your working place. Whether you're working with NGOs, whether you have your own factories, you have your own karkhanas, whatever you have. Introduce this book. Very simple book to do. It's a very basic grassroots spirituality book. In the layman language, everyone can do it. So please try it. Please make your focus different. Now, please get involved and become the reason why you are changing lives. And don't lose yourself. Be alert. Eckhart is guiding us. Please become alert. Please be conscious. Don't get, oh, I'm the teacher. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, अरे मेरा तो बात ही अलग है. अरे, no, 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 not at all. You're just a channel. Always, whenever जब ego आती है ना मुंह पे, just say I'm a निमित्त मात्र. Just say I'm a channel, and then you will be just focused again. करे, I'm nothing. And people can say, "Arey, you are everything." No, I'm nothing. Because the minute you keep saying that, you will be more grounded, more humble, more compassionate, more kind. And I know a lot of you will get into this world. So I'm again saying, please become the channel for love and light and blessings. That's it. That's our only intention for ourselves and our others. And then the last line is beautiful. The casual level needs to remain your primary focus. Be casual about it. The teaching of enlightenment, your main purpose. Now, what is the teaching of enlightenment? For example, the magic book. What is the magic book? It's all about, so the power book by Rhonda Byrne is all about love. And the magic book by Rhonda Byrne is all about gratitude. So understand that these 2, 3, 4 basic books, or Louis Hay's mirror work, is all about love for ourselves. Start with these little things. Maybe, even if you can share with your family members, like the way Yuvi does. She's, training her little children, her little cousins into this. And now she writes that she's trained 4 of her mates. How beautiful, right? So try this. When I do the full moon ceremony, ना मैं जो पहले हिंदी में जब करते थे, I used to involve my staff also. कि अरे आप भी कर लो, आप भी अपने से अपने कर लो, जितना बड़ा दिखोगे उतना अच्छा होगा. Please understand, the more you help others grow, the more you will grow. Ultimately, all of us want to become light. चाहे हम realize करें, चाहे नहीं करें, we all want to have a beautiful life, but we don't want to be stuck in this worldly thing only. Worldly करो, but अपना spiritual growth भी करो. So that should be our main purpose. Just that, by the end of the day, it was a peaceful day. The day was wonderful. It was a precious gift. Those should be the feelings. Amazing. And yes, Sanya, I was thinking about your work which you discussed. Please empower the people there with these books of magic. Take these sessions for half an hour a day. Increase your circle of love because it's going to give you back so much. And you'll start. Why do you think the new sessions, if we start every 4 months, when you start a new session for 1 to 1 days, we start with the very beautiful things of numerology and, angel numbers or manifestation? Why do you think we do that? Because they are very simple to follow and they'll help you in your main, your main goals. Spirituality so comes in much later. And why do you think we start with magic book? Because धीरे धीरे you're teaching, right? एक महीने के बाद actually शुरू होता है. 1 month is foundation, 3 months of studies. So let's understand this. We all have a purpose. Thank you, Sanya, for saying that. But ultimately, all of us encourage each other. We all learn from each other. So thank you for being a part of this Sangha. Real pleasure to be with all of you. Thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book and Shelley for reading it. Let's have the heart thoughts. So you started the teachers. That's nice, Richa. So please share the light with everyone. And yesterday I don't go on this Telegram for like ages. Telling Shweta, I was missing her, so I called her. And somebody mentioned, ma'am, we love the Bond 1-to-1 channel. It's my go-to channel for every single day. So it feels amazing, right? That all of us can, go further. So beautiful. Today's thing is about winning. How beautiful. We were just talking about, how we can add on in life, and ultimately we are the winners when we're giving to people, right? So winning. I am a natural winner. If you're going to listen to people, listen to the winners. Listen to the people who know what they're doing and who prove what they're doing. So how wonderful. This is what life is all about. Can I have a reader for the volunteer for reading the heart thought? So ultimately, yes, thank you, Richa. Thank you so much. Yes, please read.
As we learn to love ourselves, we become powerful. Our love for ourselves moves us from being victims to being winners. Our love for ourselves attract to us wonderful experiences. People who feel good about themselves are naturally attractive because they have an aura about them that is just wonderful. They are always winning at life. We can be willing to learn to love ourselves. We can be winner too.
So ultimately, we are winners. Thank you, Richa, for reading. Ultimately, all of us know it in deep inside us that we are meant to be a winner. Just that fear gets on, "Arey, can I be a winner? Will I be a winner? Can I do so well like he does? Can I do this?" Don't do that to yourself. Create an aura about yourself that, oh, I'm the winner in life and I'm the winner in everything. And then automatically you will find people around you who are inspiring you. And then you will stop victimizing yourself. You'll stop blaming the others because you will start attracting only abundance. And that will be the true change. So thank you for this, everyone. Any particular thing that you want to meditate on? Or is there anything that you want to discuss? We are in the last legs, and I would want everyone's doubts to get quashed. I would, in fact, request everyone from tomorrow. Let's one of us volunteer and share our changes that we've had, whatever we've experienced. Very important for us to do that because even sharing in reflections is. Rigu Didi is not well. Okay, I'll speak to. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about healing. Yeah, so let's heal her. Absolutely. In fact, I've been sending healing to Ritu's mom. She's not been well, and such good news that she's really recovering very beautifully. So very important too for us to. Thank you for telling me that. So let's just heal her.
I want
You want to share something? Yes, please. Unmute yourself. Yes,
uh,
Richard.
first of all, I just want to say thank you to you. It's been a long journey, and I'm continuing this journey. Matlab, there's a huge shift in my life actually. Matlab, the questions I was just looking for, I'm getting that answers in every of your class.
Very
Thank
nice.
you so much. Thank you so much.
That's because sweetheart, you are asking questions. आपका एक intention होता है. जब हमारा intention होता है तो हमें answers मिलते ही हैं. So thanks to you that you are being so aware and you are asking questions.
Today only I asked one question. Actually, yesterday my brother expired, cousin brother, and I was just asking a question, ki why it happens and what's going on.
Yeah. It take time, but this is how life
I've seen my answer actually.
is. But be comforted in the fact that he's resting in God's laps, and there's a reason. We spoke about Siddharth, so maybe you got your answer. So yeah, so I'm glad. I'm glad that we get answers. So, or everyone, we should have a sankalp, a question, some jigyasa in us to, take ourselves to the next level. By the way, today is Jigisha's birthday, so we will be wishing her after we heal a short healing meditation for all of us. Let's go for it. Let's take a deep breath in. Feel the love filling you from every being. Exhale and share your love. Inhale light that shines bright internally. And as you exhale, you're sharing your light externally. Inhale healing, healing internally. And as you exhale, you heal the world. Life is a healer. Life is a giver. Each one of us is a healer. Each one of us is a giver. We are here in this beautiful earth for a beautiful mission, a mission to discover oneness. Today, let's imagine Rigu and Ritu's mum. So her mum will be her reflection. If you can spot that, feel that, put the two ladies in two pink bubbles parallel to each other. Pink is expression of love. Pink is the expression of kindness. Now invite a green color energy from the universe, one source of energy, and this green light is coming and covering the pink bubble. So all of a sudden you can see two pink bubbles with the protection layer of a green bubble. The pink bubbles rupture a bit and the green energy enters the pink bubble. The person in the center, Rigu, and the person in the other center, Ritu's mom, both are covered with energy, the green energy. You can see their bodies with green energy. You can see their hearts beating with the beautiful pink and green energy. Now, all of us are encircling the beautiful two pink balls, greenish pink balls. We are in a circle of love. And let's open our hands to bless the two balls with two people, Rigu and Ritu's mom. Feel the energy from your hands, your palms, shifting into this beautiful circle of love. Feel the love from your heart, sharing your love with these two beautiful people. Now, all of a sudden, you can see a golden glow, one huge circle of love enveloping the two pink green balls. The circle of love is becoming it's becoming a big sphere of ball. Many circumferences are rotating. It's a vortex of energy. It's moving from all directions because energy, the blessings are coming from all directions. We as a Sangha have enveloped them into a circle of love, light, blessings. Feel your love, sending love to their hearts. First to one, Rigu. Concentrate your love fully from your heart to her. Rigu is healed, whole, and complete. She's resonating at a very high energy and is vivacious. Now, each one of us, let's heal Ritu's mom. Our love from our heart goes to her. Feel her heart to keep becoming fully healed. The ladies are now in a green circle of love. Now let's burst the pink and the green bubbles. It's all gone. They are in between these wonderful golden bubble of energy, just them alone, one by the side by side. Now our energy is flowing in them. It's again covered them in a golden light. The golden ball disseminates. It becomes, the energy goes to just them now. So now we are in a circle of love. And in the center, we can see these two beautiful energy bodies. Let's bless them and let the pain body integrate. They're whole, healed, and complete. Now, fold your hands in gratitude. Let's invite our own energy. Dear energy, we have shared you with those two lovely ladies. They're both healed, whole, and complete. But please seal yourself from all possible exploitation. Let's seal our auras. Starting from your head, move towards the right hand side in a clockwise direction. Circle yourself right now with a golden energy. The circle moves second time. You're healing again, moving again. And now the third time, you're once again moving in the clockwise direction. As the three movements come to a closure, we have sealed our aura, our energy, and each one of us is radiating at a high energy. Let each one of us be the blessings channel. Let us be the channel of love, light, and blessings for someone today. That someone being from our Sangha, Rigu, and then that someone being a loved one of our Sangha Mitra, Ritu. Let there be love, let there be light. Let the energy be sealed, whole, and complete. And this beautiful energy, I like to now rub our hands, all of us. Feel the warmth, the fire, the energy. And in your sealed aura, just a whiff on your backside, your head and your backside, the full body. And now your hands in the front side, your full body. We are sealed, whole, and complete. Radiating in high energy, vibrating in a beautiful consciousness. Let's fold our hands once more. Dearest beautiful body with our wonderful organs, muscles, tissues, fibers, glands, blood circulation system, trillions of cells, bones and skin. Thank you for working on your optimal best. We thank each one of you. With the energy, today you protected me and you healed the others. our loved ones and their loved ones. Let's be the channel of light. Let's all share our love and light with each other and bless us for a beautiful journey ahead. May it be full of enlightenment. May we be the light. Prashant, Shelly, Raviji, Chandra, Poonam, Sanya, Gyanji, Ushaji, Rigu, Naveen, Seema, Asmeet, Rima, Sakshi, Rajiv, Payal, Jikisha, Prakash, Shivani, Mudita, Prachi Devan, Pratima ji, Richa, Rohini ji, Nisha, Reena, Sunita, Jitendra ji, Kripa, Anju, Ajay, Shami, Ankur, Shruti, Yuvi, Parul, Amit, Alifia, Parul Chavla, Niriksha Daga, Radhika Bhutia. So lots of love and light to everyone. Can we have the birthday girl with us? Happy birthday, Jikisha. A beautiful birthday song from us after you address us first. So let it be different. Say something, a birthday wish probably.
Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful journey, I must say. Thank you for giving us so many new learnings, wonderful learnings, and you really have changed our life. Today, actually, I would like to share one incident, and that is last month, my brother got with a severe accident.
Yeah.
And what happened? We were in Delhi. In the early morning, the news came he is not well, and he's want me at his side. So what happened? The flight was only at the night time, and we couldn't go or couldn't reach there. So I was in a very bad condition. I couldn't help myself. We were not able to do what to do, and it was just a miserable time. But within a few minutes, your teaching came in the back of my mind. What am I doing? What am I thinking? And the words just came. I have to think positive. I have to be in a just in the right mood. And Prakash and we all just started the affirmations, the manifestations, and by the grace of God, he's now very healing very fast, and all is well.
Very
So I just want to tell कि the shift is there. We don't know, but the shift is actually there. We are in the classes, we are listening, but at the time comes then we hold ourselves and we are more powerful now. The positivity is definitely here. So
excellent.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jikisha. Happy birthday to you. May this be the happiest birthday and may your happiest life start now on your this beautiful birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you have the light next to you, Jigisha. How can you go wrong? Prakash is very
Yeah.
much there in your life. So you are the light yourself. So how
Th-
wonderful.
Thank you for lovely wishes.
Cute,
Just want
he's
to come and hug you.
we will hug each other very soon. Less than 3
पैर
weeks.
छूते हैं हग नहीं करते
Please. He's one with you.
प्रणाम
Yeah,
Thank
right.
you, all the Sangamitras, for wishing me, making the day beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Lots
Thank
of
you,
love.
Prashantji, for coming every morning with the new birthday wishes and taking care for all of us. Thank you so much.
Amazing. He's the birthday encyclopedia. Okay, now I want to just quickly ask Rigu, how are you feeling, Rigu? Where can I have her? Oh, there she is. I can't really see her because she's lying down. So, how are you feeling?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm better, but it's okay. Like I'll get better. Not really good.
But you'll be perfectly fine because so much of power has gone into healing you, and you'll find the shift very, very soon. I'm very sure about that.
Thank you so much. Thank
It's
you.
not good to see you like this. We're used to that chirpy, Enrico every morning. So looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow with that bright smile and that absolute good energy.
Oh, with their healing and everybody's wishes, I'll be fine. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Lots of love. Take care. So everyone, thank you so much. Thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you, everyone. Let's see each other tomorrow at 5. Until then, lots of love. Take care. Be safe.